the depths of our hearts lies an unexplored and mysterious territory, comparable to the shadowy lands ruled by Hades in Greek mythology. This inner realm, often overlooked or feared, is what we call the inner shadow. It is a complex web of repressed emotions, unconfessable thoughts, and aspects of our personality that, out of fear or shame, we hide from the eyes of the world. Like ancient travelers who ventured into unknown lands armed only with courage and curiosity, we too are called to explore this inner territory. Stoic wisdom, with its emphasis on self-awareness and resilience, offers a valuable compass for this journey. And who better than the heroines of Greek mythology, such as Athena, goddess of wisdom and strategy, Artemis, protector of the wild and untamed, and Persephone, queen of the underworld and symbol of rebirth, to guide us through the dark and light nuances of our soul? In this exploration, we will not only recognize the importance of our inner shadow, but we will also learn to see it not as an enemy to be defeated, but as a secret ally holding hidden keys to our personal growth. Through stories, metaphors, and lessons drawn from mythology and Stoic philosophy, we will discover how to transform emotions such as anger, fear, or envy into tools of self-knowledge and means to reach a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Embracing our shadow is not an act of surrender, but a courageous step towards authenticity and wholeness of being. It is a journey that requires courage, introspection, and above all, compassion towards oneself. With every step in this journey, we come closer to realizing our full potential, learning to embrace every aspect of our being with love and understanding. This is the path that awaits us, a path of transformation and illumination, guided by the eternal wisdom of the ancient Stoics and the powerful figures of Greek mythology. Just as ancient myths reveal hidden secrets through symbolic tales, so too does our inner shadow hold deep truths waiting to be discovered. This part of us, often masked and repressed, is akin to the labyrinth of Minos, complex, intricate, and full of challenges. However, at its center lies the Minotaur, our true self, waiting to be confronted and understood. Our shadow manifests in various ways, sometimes subtle, other times obvious. Intense emotions such as anger, fear, envy, or jealousy are not simply instinctive reactions. They are messengers revealing parts of us that we have ignored or forgotten. These emotions, like the sirens in the Odyssey, tempt and challenge us, pushing us to explore the hidden corners of our soul. The understanding and recognition of the inner shadow begin with self-observation. When we feel a negative emotion emerge with unexpected force, it is likely the voice of the shadow speaking. For example, a sudden outburst of anger may be an indicator of unresolved issues or an aspect of ourselves that we have avoided confronting. To better understand, let us consider the story of Elena, a woman who in her daily life embodies tranquility and control, but who, when faced with a sudden stressful situation, explodes in uncontrollable fury. This extreme expression of anger is a manifestation of her inner shadow, a signal that unresolved feelings and parts of herself that she has not yet accepted are hidden within Elena. Beginning her journey of self-exploration, Elena commits to reflecting on these moments of anger, recognizing recurring patterns, and seeking to understand the origins of these emotions. Like Psyche embarking on her journey to reclaim love, Elena ventures into the depths of her psyche to confront and accept the parts of herself she has neglected. The revelation of the inner shadow is thus a process of illumination, akin to when Hermes, the messenger of the gods, brought news from Olympus to humans. It allows us to receive messages from our deepest psyche and use this information to grow, evolve, and ultimately find deeper inner peace. This journey is not simple, but it is essential for our personal and spiritual growth. Athena, the goddess of wisdom, embodies intellectual acumen and the courage of truth. In her essence, we find the key to confronting our inner shadow: wisdom. Athena guides us to use our mind as a tool to illuminate the dark parts of our being, teaching us that self-knowledge is the first step towards inner freedom. This wisdom is not just intellectual but deeply intuitive. Athena teaches us to look beyond appearances, to probe the depths of our soul, and to recognize that every aspect of us, even the one we fear or despise, has its value. Our shadow, like a creature hidden in the depths of an ancient forest, waits to be understood and accepted. In this process, we are asked to examine our insecurities, fears, and weaknesses with honesty and courage. It is an inner journey that leads us through the winding paths of our psyche, requiring deep reflection and often a confrontation with aspects of ourselves that we have long ignored or hidden. Self-awareness, according to Athena's wisdom, is not an arrival, but a continuous path. Like the warrior in battle, we must be constantly vigilant, ready to question ourselves and challenge ourselves. This requires a balance between the rational mind and intuition, between the courage to look within and the compassion for what we find there. Through the practice of meditation, contemplation, and critical analysis, we come closer and closer to the truth of who we are. Athena guides us in this process, offering us the clarity to see clearly and the courage to face what we discover. In this journey towards wisdom and self-awareness, we discover that integrating our shadow does not mean eliminating it, but rather understanding its role in our personal development. It is a process that enriches our lives, leading us towards greater completeness and authenticity. Artemis, goddess of the hunt and protector of the wild, is the emblem of inner strength and the courage to face the unknown. Her figure encourages us to challenge our fears and confront our inner shadow directly, transforming insecurities and fears into strength and determination. In confronting our shadow, we are required to be like Artemis, bold but not reckless, reflective but not hesitant. Courage here is not the absence of fear, but the recognition and overcoming of it. It is the courage to look into the eyes of the darkest parts of ourselves, those we often try to hide or of which we are ashamed. This inner journey requires a courage similar to that of an archer who draws the bow in a dark forest, not knowing what to expect. We are called to explore the unexplored territories of our psyche, accepting that what we find may not always be comforting, but it is essential for our personal development. Artemis's wisdom guides us through this process, showing us that every challenge we encounter is an opportunity to grow and mature. Where we find resistance, there is also the possibility of profound transformation. Our insecurities, once faced and understood, can become sources of new strength and authenticity. The integration of our shadow is an act of courage that leads us to a deeper level of self-acceptance and self-realization. It is the recognition that every part of us, even the one hidden in the shadows, has its place in our overall being. Like Artemis, who embraces every aspect of nature, so we must embrace every aspect of ourselves. Through this process, we not only gain a greater understanding of ourselves, but also greater empathy for others. We recognize that, like us, others too wrestle with their shadows, and this strengthens the bond of human understanding that unites us all. In this symbolic journey, inspired by Stoic wisdom and the mythological figures of Greek goddesses like Athena and Artemis, we have explored the labyrinths of our inner shadow. We have learned that accepting and integrating the shadow are not simple tasks, but require courage, introspection, and above all, compassion. The path to self-acceptance is a journey that requires consistency and dedication. Like the heroes and goddesses of mythology, who faced trials and adversities to achieve their goals, we too are called to a personal adventure of discovery and transformation. It is a journey that takes us through the depths of our soul, where we learn to know and love every part of ourselves. This integration of our inner shadow paves the way for a more authentic and harmonious life. When we learn to accept and love all aspects of ourselves, including our darkest parts, we become more complete, more balanced, and more at peace with ourselves. This process also makes us more empathetic and understanding towards others, recognizing that every person has their own inner journey to undertake. Stoic wisdom, along with the teachings of the Greek heroines, offers us a valuable guide on how to face this path. It teaches us to look within ourselves with courage and honesty, to recognize our shadows, to learn from them, and finally to transform them into sources of strength and wisdom. As we continue our journey of personal growth, let us remember that every step, every discovery, every moment of understanding is a step towards a fuller and more realized existence. The journey towards self-acceptance is, in fact, a journey towards freedom. The freedom to be who we truly are, in all our complex and magnificent humanity. If you found inspiration in this journey of wisdom, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Leave a like, share the video, and comment with your reflections.